So it looks like Aubrey Day doesn't anticipate getting off Diddy's neck at any point in the near future, since she just uncovered him for being behind the demise of Kim Watchman. This came not long after Aubrey's ex Donald Trump Jr. suggested Diddy being liable for Kim's passing. Gossipy tidbits about Diddy on now residing Kim have been going around for quite a while, yet this is the main that someone is coming through with receipts to demonstrate it's even hypothesized that Denny took him out in light of the fact that he figured out she was composing a detailed storybook about him. There have likewise been inquiries regarding the legitimacy of Kim's post-mortem report and individuals in any event, going to the extent that blaming Diddy for paying an enormous amount of cash for Kim's dissection to be messed with Aubrey is truly one individual's that Diddy has ripped off, and she's been exceptionally vocal about her abhorrence for him. Aubrey has gone through the most recent couple of years uncovering Diddy, and it seems as though she at last has the stuff to put him in the slammer for the last time. Now, as a large portion of you all definitely realize Kim Dorman's name has been coming a baton since Diddy got uncovered for being a horrible individuals, even except he had something to do with her demise. And they're requesting for police to resume Kim's case and research. All that once more see at the hour of Kim's demise. There was a ton of irregularities in the examination that caused individuals to accept the whole thing was messed with. For instance, the coroner who was responsible for examining Kim's passing, Ed Winter, at first managed her demise of crime in the wake of battling poisons in Kim's body. Yet before he could settle the examination, he was lost the situation and supplanted by another coroner. This new coroner was helly obscure right from the leap, since it took him north of about 14 days to affirm that Kim passed on from pneumonia, which is very lengthy in light of the fact that it most certainly doesn't take that long to affirm that someone kicked the bucket from pneumonia. Kim passed on from pneumonia, yet there's the primary coroner's report that said that she kicked the bucket. It was controlled manslaughter, and they tracked down poisons in her body to demonstrate that she had been harmed. You realize that they have harms that make cardiovascular failure and pneumonia like side effects and gracious. Yet it doesn't end there. When the post-mortem examination reports got out, there were inquiries regarding how Kim kicked the bucket. As per sources, the reports about Kim being found lethargic by the house help was only clearly false, made up by Diddy. She was truly found on her bed with blood on her pillowcases and a slight path of blood on the room floor that prompted the restroom. She was additionally decisively put on the bed to play with the police examination. Many individuals at the time accept that the justification for why Diddy unalived her is on the grounds that she was composing a detailed storybook about him. And it appears as though we at long last have the affirmation with respect to, regardless of whether Diddy was liable for Kim's passing, on the grounds that Aubrey just came through with all the proof. And she pulled out all the stops. Now, for those of you all who don't know Aubrey, she was a piece of the famous young lady bunch Danity Kane, the gathering that was assembled by Diddy for his Mark Terrible Kid amusement. Yet they cut off their work in friendship with Diddy subsequent to figuring out that Diddy was exploiting them. I'm finished with all of that. What is it that you need to seem to be, however? What is it that you need to appear as though? I'll let you know I'm not center around me. I'm center around what this gathering ought to resemble, and how I ought to fit in this present circumstance. You like huge hair, however you like large hair, you like an enormous hair like. And all that truly I could do. Without large hair I could do. Without specific cosmetics, I'm entirely adaptable with what you believe should do. And I've worked with all that you. I'm not stressed over whether my hair is straight, wavy, whatever. Haven't arrived in that frame of mind to have wavy, straight, enormous cosmetics. Whatever, I'm here in a gathering to sing with my gathering. And that is all I care about for genuine. Perhaps you simply don't get me. Aubrey uncovered quite recently that Diddy would attempt to attach with them in the background, and that he would mentally abuse them when they dismissed his advances. Furthermore, he made them generally sign DAS, so they wouldn't have the option to express anything about the things he was doing to them. As a matter of fact, these bits of gossip came up again a couple of months prior when Diddy chose to offer back the distributing privileges that he took from his specialists subsequent to remaining quiet about it and capitalizing on the entirety of their eminences for the beyond 30 years yet. It was subsequently uncovered that he made every one of them who needed their distributing back to sign an NDA, promising to never talk about what occurred during their days at Terrible Kid. What's significantly shadier about this was that only half a month prior to Cassie hit him with her claim, he realized the claim was coming, and he was fundamentally attempting to cause harm control, yet see not every one of them marked them and does. And that included Aubrey. She said she realized something was going to go down due to how hard Diddy was pushing for his craftsmen to sign the NDA. And she cautioned the other young ladies not to take that bargain. I need to deliver him for any cases or bad behaviors or activities. Preceding the date of the delivery, I need to sign a NDA that I won't ever vilify Puff, Terrible Kid, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs music, or EMI or Sony ever in open. So you just got as of late for this thing. I got it a couple of months prior, when he began doing this news currently. So what's going on is specialists, some of them, not every one of them are being given streaming sovereignties and possession back over, are distributing on tunes that we composed. When you realize that you need to stream a tune multiple times to earn point a penny, better believe it, Oak. It's many dollars. And me, as someone that is a young lady's young lady, hit everybody in my gathering and said totally don't take this arrangement. I can get us a show on Hulu right now. This was subsequently affirmed by Diddy's ex-guardian Gene Bargan, who said that Danity Kane were truly the ones in particular who didn't sign that NDA did Diddy make his or sign a das. And that's employers him well a ton of these rappers, a ton of these industry individuals. Anyone who carries on with work these days, with the web they have indies non-conclusion that actually intends that on the off chance that you work for them, you around them. You can't uncover any of the data about them. It's exactly the same thing that he provided for every one of his specialists when he gave him their distributing back. I'ma give you all distributing. Yet you all can't discuss Janice Call, Justin Koa, Sony Terrible Kid, or whatever happened. You all can't discuss absolutely no part of that, except for their certain craftsmen that said nothing that didn't sign it. And they ready to discuss anything they need to. And I feel that is those young ladies that was, I think, Danity Can. I figure 2 or 3 of them didn't sign it. And oh joy, they presumably going to pursue him. 2 Aubrey likewise uncovered that Diddy would deliberately set them against one another to cause variety in the gathering, so he could have more control the narratives that we need to tell during a period in music, where there were guards, there were individuals that possessed names like Puff running things, and the way that the divisions and the disruptiveness happened, and the things that we encountered between